Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really know you are.
So in this video, I'll be showing you guys how to make turmeric oil with only 2 ingredients. And the first ingredient is turmeric powder. Turmeric powder contains antioxidants and anti-inflammatory components and has a strong antimicrobial properties. And these components may provide glow and luster to the skin. There are many benefits into using turmeric powder as listed on the screen. Benefits like it could help heal acne, lighten hyperpigmentation, and etc. So let's start in making the oil. So first you're gonna need your cup, of course, and your scale. You're gonna measure about 30 grams of turmeric powder. I absolutely love all of the benefits that turmeric powder tends to have, but the only downside is that it tends to stain a lot. So if that does happen, just grab some alcohol and some napkin and just clean that right off. So let's move on to the next ingredient, which is going to be your oil. And this, I'll be using my olive oil, my pomace olive oil, but you can use any oils that you like, whether that's jojoba oil, castor oil, or any other oils, but this is the one that I prefer to use. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop a different bowl on top of the scale, and we're gonna measure about 250 grams worth of that oil. Remember, you can use any oils that you like. I just prefer this oil because of all of its benefits, which will be listed on the screen as well. So as you can see, this oil contains many benefits to the skin, and that is why I chose to use it. But now that we're done talking about the ingredients for this oil, now let's talk about the things that we need. So you're gonna need this mesh tea bag. I got this on Amazon. I will leave the link down in the description below. All of the links down there, I do receive some sort of commission from them. Just keep that in mind, guys. But yeah, so now this process is a little bit messy, but we're gonna try to scoop up the turmeric powder into the mesh bag. Just go slow as possible because it is messy and we do not want turmeric all over the area that you're working in. So now that you're done scooping up the turmeric powder into the tea bag, we're going to close it up as tight as it can be closed up. And we're going to need another cup for this. I'm using this little plastic cylinder type cup over here. And first we're going to pour in the oil. So this is our pomace olive oil or olive pomace oil, however you say it. We're going to pour all 250 grams in there. And then we're going to move on to the next step. The next step is to gently add our turmeric mesh bag in there. I'm just kind of like going up and down with it to make sure that it's really sunk in there, like it's real, the oil actually goes inside of the mesh bag in order to reach the turmeric powder, to make sure that like basically the product is synced in there. So once that happens, I am going to set this in a dark area overnight because the day that I recorded this, I ended up being busy, so that's what I had to do. I had to pop it into my cabinet and leave it on, and we went about finishing this video the next day. So before I put this inside of the cabinet, I did rip off a piece of aluminum foil. Don't mind the way that I say it, guys. It's the accent, I promise. But I'm going to use that to cover the jar really tight to make sure that no air can get in here before I put it inside of the cabinet overnight. So I'm going to make sure it is really tight and it is really covered. No space is showing. And then next thing we're going to do is we're going to pop this bad boy. Well, bad girl. And it's to the cabinet, and yes, I did put it in the cabinet next to like my cups and stuff like that. It is like the darkest thing, and it was the closest thing to me as I was filming. So I just popped this in there, and I'll see you guys the next day. So come the next day, this is how everything is looking. As you can tell, the mesh is not particularly white anymore. It is stained with the turmeric powder, which means that it was doing its thing inside of that cabinet. So we're gonna switch it though. We're gonna pop this into the metal bowl because I am going to use the double boiling method right now in order to like speed up the infused process in there. So we're just gonna pour the oil in there, and you can tell it was doing some work in there because this little plastic cylinder cup over here, it is stained with turmeric oil. So yeah, but now we're gonna make sure this is sunk in again, and we're gonna pop this on the stove. I just added a little bit of water and then pop that right on top, and I put the heat on low. I did end up losing the rest of my footage, but I did leave this on the double boiler for 2 hours and a half, and then in the end I had a yellowish light orange color, and that's how I knew it was ready. So I let that sit and cool until I'm ready to use it. Thank you guys for watching.